Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the channel. Is joy something that is evading your life in 2024? Well, stick around and listen to the 5 ways that I am maintaining joy in my life in 2024. I was really thinking about how am I creating joy and excitement in my life? If you've watched my previous videos recently, then you know that I've traveled to Mexico and I was there for a couple of months. I've since returned back to America, and that has been a major transition. Once I'm able to put into words like what that means, I'm going to do a video. But right now, I think I'm still kind of just digesting being back in America. So yes, I'll be making a video about that transition very soon, but I wanted to talk about the 5 ways that I'm maintaining joy in 2024, and I think it is so relevant because I'm back in America now, so joy looks different, and the ways that I'm creating it looks different because of just everything that goes on in this country. Like, I don't even have to go into a description, but if you traveled outside of America for a long period of time, then you understand that it is a very different way of living that we're doing here than in other countries. So I thought it'd be fitting to talk about the 5 ways that I am maintaining joy in my life now. First way that I am maintaining joy in my life is by having a great morning routine, something that works for me. So starting my day off right in the morning really just paves the way for how the remainder of the day is going to go. So for me, that means waking up early. So between 5:30 to 7, it really varies. So waking up early and starting my morning off by journaling, by doing some affirmation practices, and making sure that I'm not reaching for any technology because I don't want to be bombarded with everything that is happening in the world. Like, that is just not a great way to wake up. Like, you just had this peaceful sleep and then you wake up, reach for your phone, look through Instagram, TikTok, or whatever, the news app, and then you just see all this stuff. And I'm just like, there's no way. Like, I cannot continue starting my day this way. So I'm making an effort and a habit to wake up and grab my notebook or grab a book and read. So that way I am starting my morning off in a positive way, in a way that will set me up for the remainder of the day. Being able to actually sit down and enjoy it, that's part of like having that slow start to the morning and to my day. I just really value that time. So that is how I am maintaining my joy. That's one way. So having a morning routine. Second thing that I'm doing is exercising, moving my body in some type of way. Movement is so important, and so many of us, we sit down like a lot of the day. Many of us work from home where we don't have to necessarily go outside all of the time. So making sure that I'm moving my body when I wake up in the morning and doing some form of exercise is how I'm maintaining my joy. I like to see how I can push my body to get even stronger. And 2, I just think it is so good for my mental health to be doing something that is challenging. So right now I'm on my Pilates tip. So I've been doing Pilates with someone on YouTube and just watching her videos. She puts out videos like weekly, and I just follow along with that. And that just lets me know that like I can do this stuff. Like, I've never done Pilates like professionally or anything, but it's a way that I get to move my body and challenge myself. Because when I was in Mexico, I was also exercising, but I was walking a lot in Mexico. And when I was in San Miguel de Allende, I was walking up hills. Okay, so that is a different type of endurance. I was walking up hills, I was walking on cobblestone. So it is just a different type of exercise that I was getting, and I was moving my body in that way in addition to exercise. So I'm really trying to remind myself to keep my body moving and not get too comfortable with sitting down for extended periods of time, reminding myself to get up and walk around and get outside. So Exercise is another thing that is helping me to maintain my joy in 2024. The third thing that I am doing is reading. I love to read. I was reading on my Kindle when I was in Mexico because there's no way that I was gonna carry books with me. That just doesn't make sense. And they have libraries in the parts of Mexico that I was in, but it's just easier to download a book on the Kindle and read it that way. So I've been reading. So I said they have libraries, but one thing that I definitely missed about being home was just walking to the library and like checking out a book like I did. Like I got 3 books here that I'm currently going through. So that is one thing I did miss, even though I had access to libraries. It's just sometimes it's not the same. Like, when you're home and you're familiar with the library that you usually go to, and that's me. I love the library. It's a more recent, like, getting back into the love of reading, like the last couple of years, but it's definitely something that I stick to. And like, if I'm unable to go to the library and check out books, I have my Kindle. The fourth way, which it's a little, okay. So I was in Mexico, right? There was sun every single day. The sun comes out every single day. I think when I was in San Miguel, this recent, like last month, I think it might have been cloudy twice, and I wasn't sad because it's been so hot. It was so hot there, but the sun comes out every day. And where I'm at, the sun he shows up when he wants to. Let me not give the sun a gender. The sun shows up when it wants to, okay? And there's a day that it might come out, and then the next couple of days it's gonna be cloudy. So, and it's May, so I'm a little confused. And so sun, I am incorporating light into my life, and that's how I am maintaining my joy. So even if the sun is not out, I'm opening up the blinds in my room and throughout the house, and just making sure that when it is sunny, I'm going outside, because I didn't know how much, I'm using my hands a lot. I didn't know how much I valued the sun until I no longer was experiencing it every day. And the sun really does do something for your mental health. It really does. Like, people that have the sun like 365 days of the year, oh my goodness. Like, I can see why they are happier, because it just really changes your mood. So for me, it's a little hard to, have the natural sunlight, but I open up the blinds, I let the light shine through. Even if it's cloudy outside, there's still light that's going to come through. And I'm also on the lookout for light bulbs that mimic the sun. So if you know anything, let me know in the comments below if you have any resources where I can find like light bulbs that might mimic the sun. I'm looking for those. So that is how I'm maintaining joy. Just making sure that I'm exposing myself to natural light, to the sun when possible, and getting outside when I can. The fifth way that I am maintaining joy in my life is by doing self-care. And this can vary. So I follow a YouTuber, Instagrammer. I found her on Instagram, and her name is IeshaTheGr8 Thrift and Tell, and she did a video of her solo date jar, and I watched it and I was like, oh, this is a great idea. And I think the original idea, I think the idea originated on TikTok. I remember she said that in her YouTube video. So it originated on TikTok. It wasn't her original idea, but she did a video on it, and she gave like all of these ideas of like different solo date ideas. And I was like, oh, like I need to do this, because this is also self-care. Taking yourself out monthly, weekly, however you're doing it, is a form of self-care, and you're doing something new each time. So what I'm going to do for the second half of 2024, now that I am back in America, which, I mean, I was doing that when I was away as well, but I'm going to be intentional about taking myself out at least once a month and doing something different. So one second while I get the jar. Okay, I'm back. So I have a jar. I don't even know why I have this jar, but I bought it a while ago and never used it. And this is just a card of like dating ideas, solo date ideas that I heard from her video, and also just things that I was thinking of in my head as well. So I'm gonna take these, put them on paper, and put them in this jar, and then each month I'm going to open it up. You see this? All right, I'm gonna open it up, pick out something, and then I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take myself on that date. So I'm calling it's gonna be a solo date jar, but it's a form of self-care because I'm doing something new. I'm taking myself out. I am reminding myself like who I am and who I want to be, and treating myself. That's number 5. I am doing self-care solo date jar ideas, however you want to put it. So the first thing that I'm doing is having a morning routine that I like, that helps me get my day started. I'm exercising regularly. I am reading, visiting the library. I am being exposed to natural sunlight and to just going outside. And I am taking myself out. It's important to have things that help you to maintain joy because the world wants to snatch that joy away. It wants to make sure that you are not happy. And you have to sometimes find it within yourself to make sure that you are creating that joy in your life. And if you are having trouble figuring out like what even brings you joy, maybe it's time to sit down and think about what made you happy when you were younger. What made you happy before all of the adult things started interrupting your life. Just think about things like that, and maybe that will give you some ideas. And you can take what I just listed. Like, it can be very simple. Like, it does not have to be some extravagant idea that brings you joy. Like I said, like waking up and having a routine, making sure that I don't pick up my phone, because I know once I pick up my phone, as soon as I wake up in the morning, I kind of go through a spiral and go through all of these social websites, like, and that's not how I want my morning to start. So it can be very simple things that bring you joy that you might not even think about, but that do. I ran out of space on my phone, so the video cut off. I was talking, and the video stopped. So what I wanted to say, and I'll wrap up, is that it's important to maintain joy and excitement in your lives. I gave you some examples of what I do, and you are more than welcome to take those examples as well and start incorporating them into your life. I also help Black women through coaching to get them from this burnout state to more of a joy and excitement feeling. And if that's something you're interested in, I will link the information in the description box below. And please let me know what you're doing to maintain joy and excitement in your life and how you're going about doing that. I would love to hear what you're currently doing. And as always, if you like this video, please make sure you like it, you subscribe to the channel, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.